Good day, everyone. We are the group of researchers presenting to you our thesis entitled Exploring Senior High School Students' Cognizance and Perception of Other Accounting Programs. We consist of 6 members. Yours truly, Eliza Claire Brillo as the principal researcher, together with my co-researchers, Tisha Marie Caber, Angel Fungo, Mary Grace Lat, Ivy Lizette Serrano, and John Daniel Singson. And now we will proceed with discussing the background of the study.
When I am John Daniel V. Singson and I am here to present the background of the study. Aligora and others stated that ABM students are much aware of the BS accountancy when it comes to college programs, especially if they want to become a CPA. However, most of them lack exposure of other accounting programs such as BS Management Accounting, BS Accounting Information System, and BS Internal Auditing. They are much familiar when it comes to common business administration and management programs. And another reason why they have less familiarity when it comes to other accounting programs is because of the ineffective effort to convey to them the latest developments when it comes to the accounting profession. Which is why the aim of this study is to measure the awareness and perception of ABM students when it comes to other accounting programs and if these two factors would affect their intention to enroll in other accounting programs. And this study would help when it comes to improving the career orientations that would help students when it comes to choosing the profession or job that they want in the future.
Now we will proceed with the variable discussion. And here we discuss 4 topics which are information dissemination of other accounting programs, awareness of other accounting programs, perception of other accounting programs, and intention of ABM students to enroll in accounting programs. In information dissemination of other accounting programs, we explored how important career guidance to senior high school students when it comes to deciding which program they will take for their post-secondary education. We also found a gap that there is a lack of information dissemination of other certifications available for other accounting programs. For awareness of other accounting programs, we found that ABM students at most have limited knowledge of other accounting programs. And we also found that there is still a remaining gap in understanding other accounting programs such as BSAIS and BSMA. Our perception of other accounting programs. Here, we explored how social influence and contextual factors help mold students' personal perception and decision making. We also found that in the accounting industry, there is yet to have a modernization of the perception of accounting profession. And lastly, with intention of ABM students to enroll in accounting programs. Here, we found that students decide to pursue accounting-related programs only if they have rigorous training for it and because of the potential job opportunities that they know. With this, we found a gap again that the students are not aware that there are other certifications available that they can take aside from the CPA license.
My name is Ivy Lizette R. Serrano. Like as first stated by my co-researchers, I will now explain the problem statement of our study. With this, study seeks to answer 3 main questions. First, what is the level of awareness of ABM students regarding the different accounting programs, more specifically on Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, or BSA, Bachelor of Science in Accounting Information System, or BSAIS, Bachelor of Science in Accounting in Internal Auditing, or BSIA, and Bachelor of Science in Management Accounting. This statement focuses on whether students truly know that this program exists and understand what each one offers. Based on our review, many of the ABM students are only familiar with the BSA, while programs like BSAIS, BSMA, and BSIA remain unfamiliar because they are rarely discussed in career orientations. Also, this statement helps us to measure how informed ABM students really are. Second, How do the students perceive these programs in terms of relevance, specialization, and career opportunities? It examines the attitudes, beliefs, and impressions about the programs. Perception is important because even if a student is aware of a program, their opinion about it affects whether they consider it a good option. And lastly, do ABM students intended to enroll in at least accounting program, excluding BSA after senior high school? For this question, looks at whether students actually plan to enroll in programs beyond BSA. Intention is crucial behavior indicator in the theory of learned behavior, which our study uses. Overall, the problem statement highlights the need of information as the gap and helps students make informed choices about which accounting program best aligns with their interests, skill, and career goals.
Good day, everyone. My name is Angel Angkungan. I will be discussing the hypothesis and research manga. We begin to our hypothesis. Our hypothesis was formed by looking at how the independent variables might influence the dependent variable. In this study, the independent variables are awareness and perception, and the dependent variable is the intention to enroll in a counting program. Level of awareness shows how much EBM students know about a counting program, like their subject, requirement, job opportunities, and workload. Students with a higher awareness are more likely considered enrolling. Perception is how the student view this program, influenced by their classes, teachers, family, friends, and social media. A positive perception makes them more confident and interested in choosing an accounting related courses. These two independent variables are placed on the left side of the diagram because they are the factor that can influence or predict the outcome. The dependent variable is the intention to enroll in a accounting program which measures whether students plan to take an accounting courses, pursue accounting careers, or take entrance exam. It's on the right side because it represents the outcomes. In relation to this, we assume how ABM students decide which accounting program to take. Our hypothesis one assumes that the student know the BSA program very well, but are not familiar with other accounting programs. Relate to this are hypothesis 2 and hypothesis 3. Assume that ABM students have a higher perception of the relevance of the BSA program and that intend to enroll in the BSA program. The hypothesis or our hypothesis 4 and 5 also suggest that if students learn more about the other accounting programs and understand why those programs are useful, they may become more interested in choosing them. Overall, the idea is that both awareness, what students know, and perception, what they think about the program, affect their intention to enroll in an accounting program. The more informed and positive they are about a program, the more likely they are to consider it.
Hi, this is Tisha Kabir, now here to discuss research methods. Let's start with Research Locale. This study was conducted in selected higher educational institution located in Antipolo City, which offers the senior high school program specifically under the EBM strand. We chose this institution because it provides a substantial population of ABM students who are in the stage of figuring out what college program they want to pursue. Since the study focuses on students' awareness and perception of other accounting programs, this school offers the most appropriate environment and the group of respondents we need. By conducting the study in this institution, it also allows us to work within a controlled academic setting, making coordination with administrators and teachers more efficient. This will help us secure permission, distribute the questionnaire smoothly, and collect reliable data that directly supports the purpose of our research. Let's proceed with the population and sampling or the key informant selection. Our respondents are currently enrolled grade 11 and 12 EBM students for academic year 2025 to 2026. They were chosen because they are the group that will most likely to pursue accounting programs after senior high school. For the respondent selection, we use purposive sampling, which allows us to only select students who met the criteria specifically enrolled ABM students who are willing to participate. Students outside the strand or those with incomplete responses are excluded, and the final sample size is determined based on the availability and participation of ABM students during our data collection. Let's now discuss research ethics. So, our study strictly adheres to the ethical guidelines of the institution's Research, Development, and Innovation Center. We'll be obtaining permission from the school and practice informed consent, which means all respondents are fully informed of the study's purpose, scope, and their rights as participants. Their participation are entirely voluntarily, and student will be informed that they could withdraw at any time. Confidentiality and anonymity will also be strictly observed, and the information gathered will be used solely for academic and research purposes.
I am Mary Grace Ladd and I'm going to discuss the research instruments, data collections, and data analysis. First is the research instruments. To gather the data needed for our study, we utilize a survey questionnaires divided into three parts, which directly correspond to the specific questions in our statement of the problem. First, to address our problems regarding the demographic profile of the respondents, Part 1 of the instruments collects basic information such as age, gender, and year level to ensure complete respondent profiling. Second, to answer our first two research questions, specifically determining the level of awareness and the perception of ABM students regarding programs like BSA, BSAIS, BSIA, and BSMA. In this section, students rate their understanding of these programs and career opportunities using a 5-point Likert scale ranging from strongly disagree to strongly agree. Third, to address our final research question regarding the students' intention to enroll in non-board accounting programs, this section assesses their probability of choosing the specific paths rated on scale from very unlikely to very likely. And to ensure the reliability of these results, the questionnaires will undergo content validity review by experts and was pilot tested before the actual deployment. Data collection. To ensure that we will gather accurate data to answer our statement of the problem, we will utilize a quantitative research design centered on a survey questionnaire. In alignment with our statement of the problem, we focus with our target respondents, specifically on ABM senior high school students. As indicated in this slide, our target population is strictly for grade 11 and 12 ABM students. We choose this group because they are at that point where they have to decide what to do after senior high school. In alignment with research variables, the slides highlights that we assess three specific areas: awareness, perceptions, and intention to enroll. To maximize our response rate and ensure data completeness, which is essential for valid results, we will employ a hybrid data collection method. We will use Google Forms for online distributions and printed questionnaires for on-site administration. This ensured that we could reach a sufficient sample size to statistically answer the problem posed. Data analysis. Moving on to how we will treat the data, this slide details the statistical tools we use to interpret the raw data and scientifically answer our statement of the problem using SPSS software. To answer the first two questions in our statement of the problem regarding the students' level of awareness and their perceptions of programs like BSAIS, BSIA, and BSMA, we will utilize descriptive statistics. Specifically, we calculated the mean and standard deviation. As shown in the slide, we established specific measurement scale. We will interpret awareness using a 5-point Likert scale ranging from fully not aware to fully aware. Similarly, perceptions will be measured on a scale from strongly disagree to strongly agree. As indicated under inferential statistic on the slide, we utilize Pearson correlation analysis. This test allowed us to determine if there is a significant relationship between the students' awareness, perception, and their intention to enroll. This will directly test our hypothesis that higher level of awareness about other accounting programs among ABM senior high school students leads to a greater intention to enroll.